All right, Josh, we're back. I know you were just in Mexico,
I was.
but
I was.
you're back. So welcome back to Mastermind Advisor Podcast. We had a bit
Thank
of a
you.
delay.
Yeah, I apologize, but I had to step away for a week. So it was terrible. Just absolutely terrible. I had to spend a week in paradise.
So for those of you that don't know, my name is Vince Oldry. I'm a financial advisor, and we help advisors with marketing. And I'm with Josh Woodward, who is in charge of our marketing department.
Yep. I would say Vince is the financial advisor, the copywriter, the brains, and I'm just the marketer that makes it work and gets things plugged in and optimized, right? So it's good to be here, and I'm excited for today. Today's gonna be a good one. So
Yeah, so we're going to go through some ads, Facebook ads of ads that we see out there, and I made some copies of them, or at least I took some screenshots of the ads, and Josh and I are going to rate them and tell you guys what we think of them. And if you go to our YouTube channel, you'll be able to look at these, obviously. So if you're listening to the podcast, you won't be able to see these ads. We'll give you some tips and some pointers as you're listening, and we'll try to give you some visual. But if you want to go to our YouTube channel, you'll see this same podcast up, and you can actually look at the ads. So I think I put together like 7 of them,
yeah.
6 or 7. So we'll dive right in. Let me just share the right screen here. I'll put this over. Yep, there we go. I know you can't see the screen yet, Josh. Second. Screen. Entire screen. There we go. Boom.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm excited for this. I think the best way, personally, I learned is showing me some examples and the way to fix it, right? And so I think this will help some advisors if they ever want to try to run their own ads. They can take pieces of this and just see, take the good side of it. Like, 'cause there are some of these ads, there's some good things, but there's also some things that they need to avoid that we have learned through testing. So this will be very beneficial, I believe, for really anyone that's going to try to run ads.
Yeah, I think the ad part is the beginning, and you need an ad that performs. And a lot of times people talk about clicks, and they talk about what's your cost per thousand, or your
the impressions, right?
The impressions.
Like every marketer says, "Well, I got you this many impressions," but
that's a bunch of BS, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
So don't
100%.
focus on the impressions as much as focusing on interaction. To then, once you get interaction, then you need to make sure that they're following through on your landing pages and that kind of thing. So some of the things that I'll point out too is, do these ads then go to the next step as far as the right next step, right? So sometimes you can ask for too much information at the beginning, or sometimes you can scare people away, or you're just making it maybe too easy for them to give you information. So there's a fine balance, right? So the first ad I have up here, it says qualified investors and institutions can join our preferred investors or investor network today. Once approved, you will gain access to placing capital with, and then it trails off because the rest of it's not there. And the main picture just says the 60/40 asset allocation model is dead. And on the bottom, it says, are you looking to replace your income and not worry about stock market declines? So I've seen this ad a bunch. This guy also does some videos or some video ads. And so right off the bat here, there's a couple things. And just so you guys know, what you need when you're building an ad, the first thing you need to do is the picture, right?
Yeah, 100%. And yeah, this Facebook ad. But yeah, 100% the picture. You need to stop someone from scrolling, right? That's the goal of this. What do you call this? Interruptive marketing. So
Facebook is interruption marketing. So when people go to Facebook, they're not looking for retirement help. They're not looking for the help right away.
They're not searching for a solution.
No.
Like Google, you're searching like is this 401k better for me? Should I do a Roth conversion at X age? Facebook, you're not doing that. Facebook's, they're looking at family pictures, and you're trying to grab their attention, and do it in a way where it's not, you're not making them mad, you're not pissing them off. It's just something to make them stop and think and wonder, oh shoot, maybe that's something I should pay attention to.
Yep. So you need to get them to stop scrolling. But here's the thing: it says the 60/40 asset allocation model is dead. So how many people? Okay, I know I'm a financial advisor, but most people are not financial advisors. So if you said 60/40 asset allocation model is dead, who's going to understand? The majority of people aren't even going to understand that the 60/40 asset allocation applies to them. Most people don't actually know they're in a 60/40 asset allocation. So right off the bat there, I don't think it's very relatable. So if I were to change this ad, I would try to make this a lot more relatable. Just say, your 401k investment model may be dead, or maybe out of whack, or something like that. I would probably change the picture. I'm guessing that picture probably doesn't perform that well, but I don't know. We don't know what the performance of these ads, so it's hard for us to judge as far as the how they're actually performing.
Yeah, I mean, we can only assume, right? Yeah. On what they're doing just off our experience. I mean, we've tried images like this, so we have an idea on what they do. But
so walk me through, when people scroll through, though, what do they see first? They see the ad, the picture, then what's next? What's the next most important part to the ad?
It's definitely going to be the headline, right? So as soon as I look up, I see the image, I'm looking down at the headline and seeing, okay, what is it that they're offering, if that catches my attention?
Yeah, so what I was taught is they see the picture, then they go read on the top, then they go look at the bottom as far as what the offer is. And it might be the opposite too, but from what I was told, it's top then bottom. And then they click, and then this guy has sign up. And the problem with sign up is it's, people don't really know what they're signing up for. Other than, join their preferred investor network. Like, how's that going to benefit them, right? So when you build an ad, you have to build an ad to tell them how it's going to benefit them, and then what they need to do next to be able to benefit them, right? So, hey, here's a investment model that you can work within your portfolio today. You can, get it by clicking here. That would be something that'd be a lot more, attractive rather than come join my network. And to be honest, I don't think a lot of people want to just join anybody's newsletter today or anyone's network. I think this could be a lot better. So, Josh, out of 10, how would you rate this one?
If we're looking at the everything involved, if we're doing it at 1 from 10, I'm gonna go. That's gonna be a 4.
Oh, that's pretty nice.
Maybe a 5. I'm a very generous individual. I would change almost everything in this one. So I'm sure you're gonna rank this a little lower, but I don't want to be too mean.
I'll give it a 2 or 3. There's not a irresistible offer. It's not very relatable. It's not eye-catching. So I would not give it I'm guessing he's got some likes and some comments on it because how he's targeting people is probably too wide of a range of a target audience. So he's getting a lot of people. I've seen the people comment on it, and it's like random people commenting. They don't even know what they're commenting on. So I would not give it a good grade. So let's move to the next one because this one's funny. You ready for this?
Let's do it.
You come watch my artistic skills here.
Oh, jeez. Didn't want to show the guy's face, huh?
No, I want to be nice. And not so I was trying to cover this up, and I was in the paint. There's like a 3D paint, I guess, or something. So it's like an actual paintbrush. Anyway.
So you guys know now Vince is not just a financial advisor, not just a marketer. He's also a graphic designer. So
I painted just so you guys know, I painted a smiley face over this guy just so I wasn't, I'm protecting his image here. And I blocked out everyone's company name and that kind of thing. So That way we could protect their privacy and judge it the best we could. So with this one, it just says my partners and I manage over 22B at blank, which was the company name, as of 12/31/2022 for ultra high net worth and institutions. And then it's a video, him talking about how they manage over 22 billion. And then on the bottom says Barron's top 100 rated financial advisors shares investment advice. And if you watch the video, it talks about how you should be diversified. So, probably nothing really catchy there, right? The other thing is, again, my partners and I manage, so it starts off with everything about him, nothing about, why that person should be interested other than, it's just him bragging, which I did look up this guy up. Technically, he just started his own firm. So they actually don't have any other management. He's, part of a company with this company, I guess. Anyway, so I guess you can still say that, but it's all about him and not about the user. So it probably doesn't draw very well. The other thing is it just talks about how that 22B. Not everyone knows what B means. Because it's 22 billion. Like, I managed over 22 billion. No one knows a reference. Like, there's no, is that a lot of money? Is that not a lot of money? Like, there's no reference of as far as what people can use off of that. So I would not use language or jargon that people aren't going to understand, similar to the one before. Barron's top 100 rated financial advisor shares investment advice. That's not bad.
Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm going to probably rank this one a little lower than the last one, just purely on the smiley face. But what I've learned in marketing is people are very, and I don't want to say this mean, but very selfish individuals. And so what that means is when you're running ads and you're promoting yourself, to be honest and not to be mean, again, no one really cares. It's about what you can provide and how you can help them. And this goes back to like our other podcast talking about emotion and how to draw their life and make them start dreaming and how to get them to their dream. Ads are no different. If anything, ads are even more important because you're trying to get them in and you're trying to draw them. So when you start talking about me, myself, my firm, no one cares. It's all about what's you do for me. 100%.
Especially when you're on Facebook. They didn't go to Facebook to learn about you. They went to Facebook to, look at their grandkids, go look at how their friends are doing.
Yep.
They didn't go there to, look at this guy. He is so cool. He has so much money under management. The other thing is it's a form on Facebook.
Yep.
So when you click it, it will bring up a form so it doesn't take them off that page. And you don't really, what we found with Facebook forums is it's a lot easier to fill in information. But what also we found out is that when you use a Facebook form, it can auto-populate your information, which most people that sign up with Facebook, they use like a junk email address and an old or bad phone number. So you're not getting the information that you probably want. So it's an easy way for them to enter their information, but then you have pretty much bad information. So
yeah, and most marketers like that, right? Because I can say, hey, I got you 100 leads, right? But again, at the end of the day, who cares, right? It's all about how you're going to close, how many appointments you're getting. Forms, you'll know, like if you're running Facebook ads and you're using forms on Facebook, you'll even get people that be like, oh, I don't remember signing up for that, or who are you? What was that? It's because there was no effort on their part to put their information in. So
that's right.
Yep, very key.
All right. So what's your rating?
I'm gonna go low. It's gonna be a 1, maybe 2, if that.
Okay.
Again,
I'll give it a 2 just for that. But
yeah, the video might be nice just because it stops people from scrolling. There's a little bit of reason to maybe watch it, right? But as it stands, it's I would change almost everything about this ad that I possibly could.
So one thing to note is the quality of this video. Uh, is he's very bad at presenting, but that's not necessarily a bad thing though. When it comes to the Facebook ads, it can come across as authentic, and so I'll give it like a 2 or 3 because of that, because he is doing it a bit more raw, which is better than if it's a super nice production. So all right,
Yeah, that's fun. On that note, just to go back on the video just a little, you don't have to go back on the slide, but videos, like I know some of our best performing, if we do Facebook videos, it's like you holding a cell phone, walking and talking, stuff like that, that makes you seem real and authentic, and not, doesn't need to be a TV commercial like everyone thinks it needs to be.
Right.
All right, sorry.
All right, so next ad here, it says, many people worry about money from retirement. I guess we don't know what else it says, just because we just took the headline. And then the picture has a couple old people looking at someone, and it says, navigating money stress with a financial professional. And then the bottom still says, navigating money stress with a financial professional, and then it says, click learn more. All right, Josh, so where did we start with this one?
You're gonna like this one. I know there's a reason why you put this one in here. It's going to be the image, right? And sometimes this works and sometimes it doesn't. But this kind of goes back to the video on this kind of thing. Sometimes the most authentic things that are going to stop someone from scrolling is not something that's so professionally done like this. It can be more organic. Some of our ugliest images, not even ugly, I'd just say a picture, like we do an ebook ad. If we're throwing a book, it's a picture of the book on the desk. And that performs well better than something like this. But if we look at it, navigating money stress with a financial professional, not bad. I mean, it does pull in like, okay, I may be stressed about money. Maybe I should talk to the professional. But
again, it's selling. It's a sell. Like they're trying to sell the financial professional here. I don't think when people are going through Facebook, they're like, hey, I need to find a financial professional.
Yep.
So it'll still get leads and stuff, but probably not as committed. Yep. I think what you're trying to say with the ad or the picture, it's very stock photo.
Yes.
The image is a stock photo, which we found that stock photos are not very, they don't do very well. So like any, when you have professional digital editing and good stock photos, they actually don't perform as well. So even when we use like a digital picture of our book, which looks really nice, like really professional, it doesn't work. I mean, it works, just not as well as if you just use like me just holding the book and I take a picture with my phone. That's the stuff that it becomes more authentic. I think the problem here is it looks like an ad, right? So then people just keep scrolling. They don't want to find ads. You got to get them to stop scrolling. So if it's an ad and it looks like an ad, they're going to keep scrolling regardless of what it says.
Yep, absolutely.
The other part is... Oh, go ahead.
Nope. I'm sure we're going to go to the same spot.
On the top there?
Yep. So go ahead.
Many people worry about money. What you want to do is call out who you're actually going after. So if you work with people in or near retirement, call out if you're in or near retirement and you're worried about retiring or navigating the money stress of retiring. So like be more specific, then you're going to drive in the type of person. It'll help you narrow that focus down with who Facebook will be interested in looking at the ad.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's perfect. And then the other thing is, I mean, and this does work in marketing, but a lot of, this entire ad is very somewhat maybe stressful or negative. So, I mean, that can work. But I've also seen success that's like more talking about maybe not worrying about money, but maybe more like taxes or how to incorporate and save money or things like that instead of being so negative. But again, it works, right? It's just it's a different style rather than providing.
It's very direct.
Yes.
This one's really direct to a point where it's saying work with a financial professional, right? So if I click learn more, it's going to bring me to an appointment page. It's not going to give you the best results as far as getting as many people to come in, because they don't really want to just book an appointment right away. Now, some will still book an appointment. It's not going to be very committed, or it's going to be a really weird appointment because you have no idea why they booked the appointment other than they saw an ad, and it could be for any reason that they want to meet with you. So you don't know the quality. Could bring in anybody, and if that's what you want, that's fine. But for my experience, like I have a specific criteria that I want to work with. This is not going to do that. So, all right, what do you rate it?
I'm going to rate this a little bit higher, just because it does have it's not about them. It's a little bit about the individual, a little bit more. So I'll go about, 5.5.
Yeah, I'll give it that too. I'll go 5. They're not like completely off, but I would say maybe it's a little bit lazy on trying to get the, how to get the appointment. I definitely think this is some digital marketing person that's not usually in our space doing the digital marketing for it. So.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, here's the next one. It says most people don't realize there is a financial strategy that can safely increase their retirement income on average by 50%. And then on the picture, there's a lady on a computer. It says, we call this strategy the ground rush strategy because in most cases we can help our clients retire sooner and on average increase their retirement income by 50% or more. And then on the bottom it says 50% more retirement income. And then the call to action is book now. So what do you think of this one?
We're getting. I feel like we're going up. Is this a video as well? I see there's a little mute button on there. Or is that just kind of how they did it?
You might be right. It might be a video. I don't remember.
Gotcha.
I think this is a life insurance play, if I remember right.
Okay.
There's a lot of those out there, so I tried not to pick all of them. But I'm pretty sure this was a life insurance play. I don't know how like 50. What I do like about it is they're making a big, irresistible offer, like 50% more retirement income.
Yep.
I don't know how truthful that is.
Yeah, the big promise.
Yeah, I mean it's catchy, so I'll give it some points for making something catchy. I don't know if that is on average possible, but
yeah, I would say out of the ones we've seen so far, I bet this one performs the best. Another good thing to point out about this is they have a strategy and they have a name for that strategy. One thing I've learned in this industry is like everyone offers a free retirement session or a complimentary planning, meeting or whatever that is. As soon as you can put a name to something, like back in the day, we had results in advanced planning, right? It's something new that stands out. They have the ground rush strategy. So just another key thing to think about is instead of saying planning session or something like that, maybe just come up with a name for it. Everyone, we always do the 3-appointment process. We show plans, the blueprint. Yeah. So there's everyone has the same name. And so something like Ground Rush really stood out like instantly. Like, okay, they have a different strategy. I've never heard of that strategy. Let's learn more about it.
I'll learn more. Yeah.
Yep.
The only thing, if I were to make some changes, again, I would try to target the people I'd want, meaning I'd call those people out, which they just say most people don't realize. So I would want to call out who I want to talk, who I'm trying to reach out to. So I'd say most of those in your retirement or attention retirees, most don't realize, right? So call them out first. I'd probably change the image a little bit, but the biggest part that I don't like is the book now. So they're going direct to appointment, and I'm not a big fan of that because it's really easy. It's a Facebook form, so it's not even a landing page. They're going direct to. They're staying on Facebook and they're filling all their information in. It's really easy for them to book an appointment that might not actually stick. So my guess is they might be getting a lot of people sign up, but they're not getting people to stick to those appointments. The people are curious, right? And you're not giving them more before they can book the appointment, right? So the idea should be have an ad that performs. What this ad probably performs, it probably gets a lot of interaction, but they need to go to a landing page where you can give them more information, more free, valuable information to get them to get a little bit more sucked in to go to the next step. And you can't ask for an appointment too early, otherwise you just don't get good results as far as show rate. So
You got it. 100%.
all right, rating.
Again, I think we're going up a little bit. I'd probably go closer to I'll say 6. 6 or
Yeah,
7.
I'll give it 6. Yeah. I actually put these in order as far as what I thought was better. Worse.
Makes sense. It's starting to make sense. Yeah, because we're getting better and better each time. So
Yeah.
because even this one's now an ebook, so I like it.
Yeah. So this is a little bit more down our strategy as far as what we like, which is, it says on the ad, do you feel like you are in the dark, not knowing what to do next with your 6-figure income? Download, and then the picture is kind of mountain, blue sky. It says download your 15 strategy optimization checklist. And on the bottom says download your 15 strategy optimization checklist, which is a download link form on Facebook. So right off the bat, I would say don't do form on Facebook. Bring it to a landing page, especially if it's a simple download. But what do you think?
Again, this is better. If we look at the image, obviously we talked about stock photos. This one's not terrible, right? It kind of gets you dreaming and picturing, but again, something more authentic, more real. I mean, as simply as just taking your cell phone, taking a photo of the printed cover and throwing it up there will probably perform more than this or better than this. But overall, great. I mean, in the beginning, the top headline, he talks about, you can tell he's targeting, 6 people, 6-figure income. And again, I think you made that mention on the form on Facebook. When you're doing an ebook, this might be just more of an email play, and then I'm assuming there's a funnel after that, which might be a good idea maybe for a future podcast, just going through someone's entire funnel. But I'm assuming there's an email drip to try to push towards something of that sort. So overall, there's only a few things I would change on this.
Yeah, I think the image is a little, I don't know. The other problem is what's supposed to be the catchy part here. Download your 15 strategy optimization checklist. For what? Like, right. What is I don't know what that means. 15 strategy optimization checklist to do what? Like, get more money, reduce my taxes. Like, Like, that's the problem here is it's missing some context. So if I were someone, I'd say, well, why would I give you my information? I don't even know what I'm getting. I'm getting a 15 strategy optimization checklist to do what? Because I have 6-figure income? I mean, it's an optimization checklist, but what am I optimizing?
Exactly. Yeah, your view on the mountains, I guess. But yeah.
So I would probably tweak that, but we're getting closer. I do like the strategy as far as going to download. It makes it a lot easier for someone to opt in to want to learn more, right, and not have to give too much information, which is a strategy we like to use to help get the better appointments. So, All right, what do you rate it?
We're going up. This is probably closer to 7.5 and 8, just because I can see where they're going in the funnel that they're building here. So I like this ad by far. So yeah, I'd say 7.5, 8.
I won't go up to 8. I'll definitely say like 6.5, 7, just because I really don't know what I'm downloading here.
Yeah, that, and you don't like the forms on Facebook. The form.
I don't like the form, and then the image is very stock photo. But anyway, we're getting closer. It's getting better.
Very much so.
And then I think we have a couple more. Yep. Okay. So this one is an image with a beach. Okay, classic beach for retirees, right? So it says on the top, it says, what is the largest expense most of us have during retirement? If you said taxes, and then it trails off. And then the image has a beach, and it says complimentary tax-free retirement guide. Learn how to generate tax-free income in retirement. Click here to learn more. And then on the bottom says free tax-free income retirement guide. So it sounds a little familiar.
Yep.
Kind of go down that strategy of, someone wants tax-free income. So that's a buzzword. So I give it a lot of credit for that. Again, it's a form on Facebook. So I would have to give it some negative points for that. And, the top headline's a little... It's a meh for me.
Yeah.
I do, and then the image is very stock photo-ish. But we're getting closer on the as far as the eye-catching words, right? Tax-free, like learn how to generate tax-free income in retirement. That's a pretty powerful statement that someone would probably want to learn more about, right?
Yeah. Yeah. This ad, yeah, there's some good things that will draw your attention and make you stop scrolling. It still does scream that this is an ad, but it still is enough to say and grab my attention and say, oh, okay, tax-free income. Yeah, I'm curious about that. The arrows, I know a lot of people have been starting to incorporate that, like arrows, exclamation points, smiley faces, stuff like that to get your eye to look up and start reading, or look down and see the button. So, some really good things there. But yeah, and you kind of have an idea. So they have a good call to action. You know what you're getting, but it does still kind of scream, this is an ad. And so I bet this works when it first starts going, but I bet it dilutes pretty fast, because what's going to happen is someone's going to scroll. They've seen it once. They didn't opt in that time. They're just going to continue to scroll and keep moving after that. So,
again, the form on Facebook gets me just because, like, you're going to get crappy information. Like they'll give you an email address. More than likely, they'll just, again, have the auto-populate feature in, and then people will complain, I didn't get my guide, something like that, because they didn't actually have the right email address in there. So how do you rate it?
I'd probably go the same, to be honest. 7.5 ish on this. So just because of the small changes, and I do think it's just too much addy, but let's kind
stock
of
photo with a
yeah. And
I'll give it higher than the last one, though. I'll give this one higher than the last one, so I'd say 7 or high 7, just because I think it was better than the last one.
Fair enough. And they have is that a logo on the bottom of that? Just another thing to think about.
Yeah, they do have their logo on there.
Got it. It's just another thing to think about for people, is like when they're running this, and you can go to the next one, it's fine. But because I know we're running short of time. But when you start, putting your practice out there, people know, they immediately put their guard up. So things of just, whether it's coming from you or like a different style format of it, it's good to kind of have just the information, free stuff, and then introduce your company later down the line. But anyways, moving on.
Yeah. Well, here's the next one. This is the last one that we'll go through. It says on the top, isn't it time you had a wealth advisor who is as dedicated in the field as you are in yours? And then the image is a digital image that says a fresh approach to your financial goals. Big ideas designed to help you minimize taxes. Download our latest guide to learn more. 5 strategies for protecting your wealth from taxes. And then on the bottom, it says, ready for a new kind of wealth advisor. And then it says, click download, which is another form on Facebook. So again, it probably gets it might get a lot of downloads, but it's a lot of junk downloads, but it's all right. I don't know if this is actually better than the last one, but it was close. The problem is with this one, it's kind of confusing, because it's like, isn't it time you had a wealth advisor who's dedicated, a fresh approach to your financial goals? Then it says, download the guide for taxes. And then on the bottom says, ready for a new kind of wealth advisor. So, like, you have to keep it consistent here. You can't like throw a bunch of words up there, and then the problem is you have no idea what words are catching people and bring them in when you do it that way. Like, you don't know, are people saying, hey, I want a new wealth advisor, or are they saying, I just want this guide. Just give me the guide. Don't bother me.
Right. Yeah. This one is very confusing. And again, form on Facebook. At the end of the day, what's your goal, right? Is it quantity or quality? And that's going to indicate whether you want forms or a landing page. Each one has their own feel on this, but yeah, there's 3 different style call to actions to hear of things, and it's like I don't know what I'm actually getting. So, or what the reason is behind it. And this also looks like an ad. So, just another thing that I think once you see once, you'll probably, the next time you see it, you're just going to skip past it again. Not very longevity with this ad.
Yeah, I think what I liked about it at the beginning was the big idea is designed to help you minimize taxes, right? So that's what caught my eye with it. And then the 5 strategies for protecting your wealth from taxes. I like all that. But then on the top, it's like, it's not consistent, because people are going to read that and then they're going to go to the top and say, oh, this is some advisor trying to, get me to give us this information for him to call. Again, the strategy should be give, then ask. Okay, so give them something for free. Give them another thing for free. Give them some more stuff for free. Then you can ask for the appointment. Then it's going to be a committed appointment. Then you're going to actually have a better probability of being able to maybe work with them. If you don't follow that strategy, it's okay. You're going to get a bunch of leads. You're going to get a bunch of people that you can chase down and call, and you still will get some clients out of it. But to me, that's a lot of work, and it's a lot of wasted money, too, at the same time.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, yeah, to bring this all in, if you're going to build ads, you need to focus on the imagery. That's going to draw people's attention. Make it an ability for someone to stop scrolling. Have a good call to action on it. Don't use stock photos. And then, for your description on the top, or your of what you're offering, call out who you're targeting and who should be paying attention to this, who should be downloading it. Make it about something of your ideal client. Is it taxes? Is it security? And retirement, things like that. And then at the end, have your headline catchy, call to action, and call them out for what they're going to get. And then, Vince, don't use forms. Bring them to a landing page. In today's day and age, it's not very hard to build a landing page that can go. And I'm sure we'll do a video on the next steps of this stuff, right? But each one of these ads all had something that you can take away with, whether it's the do nots or the do's. There's some ads in here that will perform. So not to bash on them all the time, because there's things that I'm sure work. But if you can take everything.
By the way, what would you rate this one?
It's going to be less, actually.
Really? Okay.
I'd probably go 6.
Okay.
It's still better than the first 2 we saw by far. But
you didn't like my smiley face?
No, not the smiley face. Not the smiley face. It's more the description. But okay. I think you have a graphic design future. You could do that. So yeah, this one probably be a little less just because it's confusing. But the only good thing is it's pushing them to an offer at least, not just straight to an appointment or a newsletter. Like everyone's on newsletters nowadays. It's not anything that's going to draw attention enough anymore.
I would agree. So I would think that the Learn How to Generate Tax-Free Income in Retirement guide is probably better than Big Ideas Design, just because it's that one's way more consistent than the other one. So I would give it, like a 6 or 7 also, or low, or 6 for sure. I like the idea that it's still a downloaded guide. It had a decent catch, but, if we're to walk back through this, and I think what we should do next time is actually go through the entire funnel, and then we can also show you how we build our funnel and how we get really good success with that. So that way you guys know how to build things to, not just get people to click on your ads, but also to get people to book appointments with you. So when I look at a lot of this stuff, I'm guessing a lot of these people are hiring some sort of digital marketing company, and they think they know how to do a lot of this. And they do know how to do this stuff as far as maybe getting clicks and impressions and that kind of stuff. But don't just hire anybody out there to do it, because that part's easy.
Yep.
And I can tell with this, the marketing person's like, hey, give me reasons why people would want to hire a financial advisor, right? And so then they just blurbed it all out, all on one page. So first things first, make sure you have a good image. Don't make it a stock photo. Have a good call to, good irresistible offer, something that's like a bold statement. Have a bold statement that is truthful. Okay, I'll go make sure you can do that too. And then make sure the top section's good. then the bomb section, and then try not to use Facebook forums. Try to use landing pages to build out your funnel. And then remember to give. So don't like have them go to a landing page and book an appointment. Give them some more information before they can book an appointment. You can always get those appointments. We've built those programs. We've tested them. The show rate for the appointments like 20%, so it's not great. And then even still, they're like, I don't even know what I signed up for. So don't do that to yourself. You're just wasting time. You're wasting money. You're blocking your calendar. You're not actually getting good results probably. You might be getting a lot of names and emails and phone numbers, but you might not be getting, the appointments that you really want. So as always, Josh, I thought this was a lot of fun. I think we should go through an entire funnel next time. In fact, that's probably what we'll do. And then we'll go through our entire funnel as well, just to kind of show you what's working and then how actually involved it really is.
Absolutely. Yeah, I love it. It's good being on this podcast, going through this stuff. I think we're going to help a lot of advisors, actually in this space, right? Because as a marketer, if I was to do this and I was just to market, right? And it's nice to be partnering with you and working with you on this, because at the end of the day, you realize your goal. If I was just a marketer, there might be ads like this, because then I'm getting numbers. And I can be like, well, I got you 30 appointments. And you're like, well, I only talked to one. I feel like I did my job. It's not true. So it is fun. I'm enjoying this podcast so far. So it's all good stuff. Excited for the next one.
Perfect, man. Well, I appreciate it. I'm glad to have you back. You look nice and tan.
Thank you.
I know this one ran a little long, so we'll get going. We'll have a good.
Awesome.
Everyone have a good day, good night, whatever time it is. We'll see you at the next one.
There it is.